What is up, family? I'm Jesus MMA. Welcome back to another video. Today, I am going over my predictions for UFC Atlanta, Usman versus Buckley. We should be in for a good night this Saturday. There's some decent fights on this card. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into the predictions. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do to watch more videos and hit the notification bell. Alright, man. First fight up on the card, we got Vanessa Demopoulos versus Jamie Lynn Horth. I don't know, man. Vanessa has more wins in the UFC, I think, than Jamie Lynn Horth does. But a lot of those have been robberies. And honestly, I have never been impressed with any of her performances. Jamie Lynn Horth has two losses, but they're to some decent competition, Miranda Maverick and Veronica Hardy. Whereas Demopoulos, man, she's got a shit ton of losses. And to a lot of people that I thought at least that she would beat. So I'm gonna go with Jamie Lynn Horth, but honestly, this fight could go either way. It's kind of one of those unpredictable ones, you know. But yeah, Jamie Lynn Horth, probably 29-28 decision. But hey, maybe there'll be a crazy finish to start off the card. Hopefully. Up the card, we've got Philip Rowe versus Ange Loosa. I'm going with Phil Rowe for this fight. Ange Loosa hasn't had the best outings in his last two fights. He had a nitty-gritty performance against Gabriel Bonfim, but then he kind of quit after the Brian Battle fight. And listen, I still haven't forgotten about that shit. And Philip Rowe is pretty decent, you know. He's beaten some okay competition. I thought he was gonna beat Neil Magny, but he lost that fight. And he also lost to Jake Matthews, but Jake Matthews isn't that bad either. I am kind of just going for Philip Rowe here. I feel like he can use his long limbs to his advantage. You know, he's got an 80.5 inch reach. Over Ange Loosa's like how long? Yeah, 74-inch reach for Ange Loosa. You know, I don't really think that he'll be able to get it done. But he'll definitely make it a tough fight for Philip Rowe. I'm gonna go again with a 29-28 decision. Ange Loosa is pretty durable, so I don't see him getting finished at all. Yeah, that's about it for that fight. Moving up on the card, Ricky Simone versus Cameron Smotherman. This was originally Charles Jourdain against Ricky Simone, but the brother had to pull out, unfortunately. It is what it is. You know, that's just how it is sometimes. Ricky Simone, I'm going with him. I mean, you have to be pretty stupid to go with Cameron Smotherman. Nothing against the guy. Don't take it personally. But he's taking the fight on short notice, and Ricky Simone is no fucking joke. He's coming off an incredible KO win against one of the Basharab bros. I forget which one, but he's coming off a nice, wicked KO. Cameron Smotherman, I think he's coming off a loss against Siri City. Before that, he had a win over Jake Hadley on short notice. So listen, this guy can show up on short notice, but there's a very big difference between Jake Hadley and Ricky Simone. I'm honestly going to go with an early TKO, probably first round TKO, Ricky Simone. You know, getting some hype up in the air, getting some momentum back, because I know he's lost a few in a row, but now he's coming off of a win. But yeah, it's been a bit of a tough outing for Ricky Simone as of late. That last win was needed, and he got it done. So shout out to him. And yeah, moving up the card, Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Now, Jose Ochoa is making his second appearance in the UFC, and he's already fighting Cody Durden. Listen, man, that might be a bit too much of a jump up in competition coming off of a loss, nonetheless. Cody Durden is coming off some losses as well. I'm seeing that Ochoa is actually the favorite here, which I'm kind of surprised by. But he is a really slick and sick striker. Durden's kind of had a few bad outings as of late. Got KO'd by Bruno Silva. Got atomized by Joshua Van, which isn't a bad loss in hindsight, obviously. But it's damage that he's taking that I'm not too sure about. This Jose Ochoa guy is pretty good. He had a really nice competitive fight against Loner Kavanaugh, who's an up-and-coming prospect in the flyweight division. But besides that, he doesn't really have anything else to show for him. But I'm gonna still go with him. I just think Cody Durden is starting to get to that point in his career where he's a bit over the hill now. And this will be the performance for him to shut people up like me and say, listen, brother, I still got it. But I think Jose Ochoa is probably going to win a decision here. 29-28 wins the moment on the feet. I don't think Durden's going to be able to get his wrestling off against Jose Ochoa. But yeah, man, we'll see. Anything can happen. And Ochoa isn't known for that crazy of a ground game. But yeah, moving up the card, Malcolm Wellmaker versus Chris Moutinho.
The GOAT is back, I stay.
The real one. Sean O'Malley's real nightmare matchup. That's why he ducked the rematch. Moutinho's getting KO'd in the first round. I got Malcolm Wellmaker winning in the first round. I don't know if it'll be a flatline KO. I could see a scenario where Moutinho's pushing forward. Wellmaker can't put him out. Relies too much on the counter shots. And I don't know. Maybe we'll have the biggest upset in UFC history. Because I'm looking at the odds of this right now. And I think Wellmaker is a minus 2,500 favorite. Which is crazy. But he should win this. I'm taking him by a first round KO. Moutinho, he is on a 5-fight win streak. He has gotten better than he was before. But it's different levels of competition, and at the end of the day, I did not see any head movement from him. And he took way too much damage against O'Malley and then got KO'd in the first round in his next fight. And yeah, he lost a grappling match and a boxing match after that, and then went on his win streak. So if this goes into the later rounds, you could expect a upset finish maybe by Chris Moutinho. But listen, man, if you got no head movement, Malcolm Wellmaker is just gonna be giving your chin on a plate, and he's gonna send you in the stratosphere, man. This guy's got wicked hands. He doesn't fuck around, man. So I'm going to go with Malcolm Wellmaker. First round KO, gain it done early. Up the card, Michael Chiesa versus Court McGee. I do not know much about Court McGee. He seems to be one of those NPC fighters, one of the ones that you put in the Apex. He's coming off of a win against Tim Means. That's a real veteran right there. But he has some pretty bad losses here. Alex Morono in 2024. You're losing to Morono in 2024, man. You are not beating Michael Chiesa. I think Chiesa probably submits this guy. He's never lost by submission. So I think Chiesa probably 30-27 him or 30-26 him. Just beats him on the ground. I don't know if Court McGee's necessarily this amazing grappler. He's got a few subs on his record, but most of his wins are by decision. And I still think Chiesa's at a level where he can beat these kind of guys. The Court McGee's, who else did he beat again? It was a guy that I thought he wouldn't beat. Max Griffin. Is it Max Griffin? Yeah, he submitted Max Griffin in the third round. Submitted Tony Ferguson, but I mean that's a free win at that point. His losses aren't aging too badly, like to Kevin Holland Sean Brady's now the number one contender in the division. So honestly, Michael Chiesa still has it to the level where I trust him to beat this level of competition. And if he doesn't, bro, I wouldn't even know what to think about that. Next fight up, we have Paul Craig versus Rodolfo Bellato. Rodolfo Bellato. This guy's a machine. But Paul Craig, he's Scottish, man. Shout out the Scots. I don't think he's winning this fight, though. Bellato is very good on the ground. I think he's good enough to keep it standing on the feet. You would have to be insanely stupid to go on the ground with Paul Craig because that's his X factor. That's how he wins the fights. The guy submitted Magomed Ankalaev, for fuck's sake, man. Like, there's a reason you do not want to go on the ground with him. And Bellato, he gets like kind of rocked on the feet a lot, but he is just a fucking slugger, man. He just keeps pushing the pace. He snatches victory from the jaws of defeat like he did against Ihor Potiera. I mean, that was really the only example I had, but you know, it shows in his fighting style that this guy is nitty gritty. He's willing for a fight on the feet. He will come after Paul Craig, and Paul Craig doesn't have anything on the feet besides a body kick. If we're being real, uh, so it's mainly just a question of how does Rodolfo get it done. I think probably a TKO barrage, because Paul Craig, he's never like taken people down. I've never seen this guy land a takedown attempt, or sometimes even attempt to take down. He just throws the body kick, and that's pretty much it. And then if somebody makes the mistake of taking him down, then he wins the fight. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Rodolfo Bellato. I'm gonna say second round TKO, barrage, flurry of punches up against the cage. Paul Craig can't take it anymore. He crumbles, and that's that. Next fight up, we have Alonzo Minifield versus Umar Sy. I don't know why Umar Sy is such a big favorite. I don't feel like Minifield's that bad. I mean, he has some pretty shit moments on the feet where he's just landing looping, disgusting looking punches. But he's got some decent wins on his career. Let's not forget. He beat Jimmy Crute. Dustin Jacoby now. The Jacoby fight, he basically just won because he kept hurting Jacoby. And that would steal the round for him. Like, Jacoby would be piecing him up, and then he'd get tagged along the fence. Now, he lost to Olberg and then got KO'd by Azamat Murzakanov. But those guys are really good. And he's coming off of a gritty performance against Julius Walker. Both of those guys were just exhausted. It was looking like a really low level fight, but I'll be damned if it wasn't entertaining, to say the least. Anyways, on to this fight. I'm gonna trust the vet, Alonzo Menifield, to get it done against Umar Sy. I haven't seen enough of Umar Sy to believe that he is this level. I know it's light heavyweight, and the level isn't that high compared to other lighter divisions like lightweight. But I have faith in Menifield to get it done. I don't think I've seen enough from Umar Sy. I hope that wasn't heard. I don't think I've seen enough from Umar Sy. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Menifield. Do I see a KO though? Nah. I think I probably see Menifield. You know what? I see Alonzo Menifield getting a knockdown and then submitting Umar Sy. He's got the capabilities to do it. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. So, yeah. I've got Alonzo Menifield. I'd say second round submission against Umar Sy. Next fight up the card, Cody Brundage versus Mansour Abdul Malik. I'm going to go with Mansour. I know I just said Umar Sy is not proven enough, but I have a more respect for Alonzo Menifield's UFC and fighting ability than I do for Cody Brundage. Uh, Brundage is coming off of a KO against what's that guy's name? The Cuban Missile Crisis. Fuck, I can't remember his name now. He's coming off a win against Julian Marquez, I think. Julian Marquez, maybe. Cuban Missile Crisis dude, but that guy's been KO'd by everybody. So yeah, he's coming off some wins. Mansour Abdul Malik did kind of look like shit in the first round against Nick Klein. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think he got knocked down too. But do I go with the Cody Brundage pick? I think Mansour's had now his UFC moment where he's like, fuck, I need to level up or else I'm going to get killed against these other guys. Honestly, you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to go with the Cody Brundage pick to win by ground and pound TKO. I was not impressed by Mansour Abdul Malik's. Oh, no, but the thing is, Cody Brundage. I feel like when Mansour lands, Brundage is gonna like wither up and shit. But he just came off of a gritty performance against Julian Marquez, and I know that's a nobody. You know, fuck it. Cody Brundage, ground and pound TKO, second round or early third round. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah. I'm putting on the line now, Cody. You better get the fucking win. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Next fight up the card, Cody Garbrandt versus Raoni Barcelos. I've got Cody Garbrandt winning this fight. I know Raoni's coming off of a good win against Peyton Talbot, but at the end of the day, Garbrandt's got way better wrestling than Talbot. I know Garbrandt doesn't have the best wrestling. He lost by submission to Davison Figueiredo, but I believe that his wrestling pedigree is enough to keep this fight standing on the feet. Now, Raoni Barcelos is a good striker as well, so I think this fight's actually kind of closer than people think. I think this will probably be a 29-28 decision for Cody Garbrandt. I don't think he's getting a KO in this. I don't see either of them finishing the other guy. I think they're both vets at this point. I know Garbrandt's younger, and he's going to be faster, which is why I'm also picking him. But I feel like they're both grizzled vets. They know how to get through tough moments in these fights. Yeah, man. I'm going to go with Cody Garbrandt, 29-28, unanimous decision. Next fight up with the card, Edmen Shahbazyan versus Andre Petroski. How's Shabazzian's takedown defense looking? Because I know for a fact that's Petroski's game plan. It's takedown this, takedown that. But he doesn't do much with it. He doesn't do much with it at all. And the real question is, will that be enough to, I guess, gas out Edmen Shahbazyan? Fuck, man, I don't know, to be honest. Edmen has these good KO performances, then he loses the next fight. It's really hard to pick for some of these fighters sometimes. I still think he's a higher level fighter than Andre Petroski. I feel like he'll hurt him on the feet. Petroski got KO'd by a fucking hip. So, you know what? Fuck him, man. Edmen Shahbazyan, knockout, round number 1. Hopefully, or else he'll probably gas out. So, round number 1, Edmen Shahbazyan knockout. Maybe with a knee or an uppercut or something nasty, you know. And the co-main that we have now, Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Maverick. I'm going to go with Rose. I'm not going to... I'm not going to delve too deep into why. But Miranda Maverick, I mean, she's coming off a good win streak. And her loss against Jasmine isn't looking that bad now. Her loss against Macy Barber isn't looking bad. And a lot of people, I remember, I think myself included, I thought Miranda Maverick won that fight against Barber. And her loss to Blanchfield isn't looking too bad either. So honestly, she could, and she's only 27, she could pull an upset off here. But I still have way more faith in Namajunas. She's had higher level comp, and yeah, she's just more used to these spots. I just think she's a better fighter, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to go into this one too deep. Yeah. Rose Namajunas, 30-27 decision. I don't know. Maybe she gets a late KO. Who knows? Yeah. I don't think Miranda Maverick's ready for this level of competition. Or, yeah, I don't think she's made for it, let's say. I think Namajunas pretty much beats her easily. And now, finally, the main event of the evening. The real reason everybody's here. Kamaru Usman versus Joaquin Buckley. I'm going to have to go with Buckley. Now, I know Usman is a grizzled vet. I know he was champion and he defended 5 times. He had a long championship reign. I remember those days, man. But unfortunately, those days are in the past, and Usman is getting a lot older. He's collecting ring rust. He hasn't fought since 2023, the fight against Khamzat, which, looking back, honestly, for a short notice performance, that's pretty incredible. But I think what Usman impressed everybody with was the way he was able to stay calm in those grappling moments with Khamzat, able to survive the submission and stop the takedowns in the later rounds and give a good competitive fight on the feet. But I think Joaquin Buckley's probably got his number here. Just because Usman's getting a lot older now. He's not been in the cage for a while. And his knees are fucking destroyed. He is not as good on the feet as he used to be at all. I honestly think that second Masvidal fight where he got the KO was low-key like his peak. I think that was his peak because his striking looked really good in that fight, and then obviously he got the KO, and he looked unstoppable at that point. And then he fought Colby Covington and beat him again. And then I think after that, that's when he lost to Leon Edwards. Holy fuck. It took forever to think about that. Yeah. And he was winning the fight up until then. But the head kick kind of low-key changed his career trajectory. Usman's got good wrestling as usual. He's powerful on the feet, but so is Buckley. And after seeing Buckley's performance against Colby Covington, I know Covington is not the same kind of wrestler as Usman is, but it was a promising performance by Buckley. That kind of low-key tells me he'll be able to defend the takedowns against Usman and keep him at bay on the feet and probably just box him up on the feet. And I think he is going to get a KO. Probably later in the rounds. I'd say maybe round 4 or end of round 3. Joaquin Buckley gets his KO, gets on the mic, cuts a sick promo. I don't know who he'll call out. I mean, you beat Usman, you're kind of in talks for the title. Bro, call out Ian Gary. I say make that fight. Because in my opinion, the next one in line, honestly, is Sean Brady. Fuck Shavkat, man. This guy's always injured. His best win is Ian Gary. That's not the best win that a contender has. Sean Brady's got the best win in Leon Edwards. So I say give that fight to Brady, but they're gonna give it to Shavkat first. I think maybe Brady might actually be fighting Gary at some point. I know Gary's sitting down and complaining, bitching.
I want my title shot. I want the title shot. I took a fight on short notice. Shut the fuck up, Ashty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know who Buckley could fight in the meantime if he's not gonna fight for the belt. I would love to see him fight Ian Gary though. I think he should call him out. and they would be silly to not make that fight. So, anyways, that's the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think the winners of Saturday night's fights are gonna be. Let me know what you think about. Yeah, let me know what you think about the fights. Let me know your picks in the comment section below. Smash the like button on the video, and I'll be back probably with another video reacting to the results of the card. All right, ciao, ciao.